Alright, so nagbabalik tayo sa ating violin tips and tricks. And for today's video, let's talk about the violin angle in relation to where you put your instrument, no? How it affects your form, how it affects your comfort and sound. Yun yung pag-uusapan natin on today's video. Alright, so when we talk about placing the violin right here, no, near our shoulders, we always think about the position in which we are comfortable. No? Usually, ang pinapagawa sa atin is we try to find the 45-degree angle from our center, so somewhere here, no? But of course, we don't really need to be too exact, no? Parang it's just an approximation of where it would be comfortable for you to hold your instrument and also easy for you to maneuver around. Because again, when we are playing the instrument, the violin, the left part of our body focuses on holding and playing the notes, and the right side or the right arm is focused on tone production and drawing the bow across the string. So magkaiba sila ng ginagawa. So positioning your instrument at an optimal position when you are playing is key for your bowing, no? Para maganda yung tone production and also for the comfort of your left hand. Pag nag-shift tayo, doing vibratos and all those things. So you have to find a common ground in between those two factors. So basically, sabi nga nila, 45 degrees is optimal. But if you are a longer person or you have longer arms, I think it would be better for you to put it a little bit more farther away kasi mas makokontrol natin siya with your arm length. So it depends on your wingspan, no? But of course, when we move the instrument, we also have to move our bow. Kasi we always want to keep the bow parallel with the bridge and perpendicular with the strings. So if you move farther away to your left, your hand or your arm, right arm will be positioned in front of you. So magiging ganito yung magiging position mo. Which is also good, 'di ba? Kasi we want this part, no, yung F holes natin, sila yung nag-act as our voice box, kumbaga, or our mouth, no? Ito yung mouth ng instrument, or your speakers, dito lumalabas yung sound. So if you have your instruments at your side, the projection would go directly in front to your audience. So mas maganda yung magiging projection natin. But again, if it makes you feel uncomfortable, it might not be the position for you. So farther away for longer people, for people with longer arms. So mas maganda yung magiging tunog kasi nakaharap na nga tayo sa audience. But also, you have to make sure na maayos din yung magiging bow position. So this is what your position would be like. So if you're doing strokes, no? Pag nagpe-play ka, nandito yung kamay mo. It's in the middle of your body. So again, your head should still be tilted to the left, no, more to the left. But your body is facing the front. So ganun yung magiging position. But you can also move your whole body. Again, when you move, you have to move your whole torso, no? You can't just move your arm. Kasi pag move mo lang yung arm mo, hindi susunod yung ating bow. So when you move with your position, you move the whole thing. Okay? Now, for people with shorter arm spans or wingspans, you would want to consider putting it a little bit closer to the middle. Okay? So we're talking about extremes. But again, it's not really super exact. So you can go as far back as you can, no? And you can go as near as you can considering the other part of your body. So yung kaliwa natin, if we move the left, we also have to move the right. We have to move in relation with each other. It goes the same way, no? Yung bow natin, if we want to play a little bit more open, if you want to move to the right, you have to move your instrument to the right as well. So igagalaw mo talaga yung angle ng violin. So it will totally depend on the level of comfort that you need. Be able to really maximize the motions and the movements that you need in order for you to produce a good tone. So kung mas malapit sa gitna, where does your right hand go? It would go to your back. So palayo ka naman. So instead of this one following, this one would move a little bit farther away. So this position is easier to maneuver, no? Mas madali mag-shift kasi mas malapit sa katawan, malapit. Very, very close to the body. But even if we're close to the body, we have to make sure everything here is free, no? Walang obstruction, nothing blocking the way of your elbows moving from side to side for shifting, of course, for shifting purposes. And also for just the essential freedom na kailangan ng kamay natin. Okay? So your left hand would be here, and then your right arm would be a little bit open, more open here. No, kasi kanina, it's a little bit in front. And this one, a little bit to the side. But again, we're not going back. Kasi pag nandito na tayo, nasa left side na yung, nasa right side na yung ating instrument. So, we could go a little bit close to the middle. So, magkakaroon lang tayo ng parang division or imaginary line in between our bodies so that we don't cross too much, no? So, ano ba yung mga pros ng position closer? So, if you're closer, you can move with less motions, no? Kaya nga mas maganda siya sa mga tao na hindi masyadong katangkaran kasi you need less motion to produce a good tone or a good sound. No? Less movements would be needed kasi if you're right here, you need more strokes kasi malayo na tayo sa normal position. So when you move here, you're a little bit more, not really cramped, but a little bit more close together with everything else, no? So mas madaling mapapagalaw yung kamay. And mas maliit yung motions for your bowing. So those are sort of trade-offs you could find, no? Personally, my bow hold is, my violin hold or angle is right here. I'm not too far back, no? Because I'm not really that tall as well, no? So, I put it right here. Hindi rin naman siya 45 degrees because pag 45 degrees nandito, it's not really comfortable for me, no? So, I put it right here. Maybe, let's say, around 60-70 degrees off, no, from here. And then, where I put my bow is right here. Yeah. So, medyo nakaharap pa rin sa audience, but it's not really directly in front of them. So, you have to adjust the levels of your playing, no? So, let's say, pag ganun yung magiging projection mo, ano yung magiging sound mo, you have to also fine-tune all those things. So, hahanapin mo talaga siya. It's more of a trial and error process. Kasi sometimes as well, what other teachers try to do is they find a way kung saan natural yung position ng right and natural yung position ng left. In a sense na kapag gumalaw ako, perpendicular yung bow to the string and parallel to the bridge. But if you're a little bit more advanced, you can actually do that in any position, right? So, but again, kung mahihirapan ka na ditong i-parallel siya or i-perpendicular siya sa string, then maybe this position is too far away from you. So, you want to keep it a little bit closer. So, maybe here, no? Sakto pa ba siya? Yes. So, magagawa mo yun ng paraan. So, you have to try to find the best position wherein there's no tension within your arms and shoulders, but still keeping the instrument very secure and be able to find the best possible position in which everything falls into place. Ayan. Okay? So, another thing to note is that in any position that you go through, your shoulder should always be free. Okay? So, maybe a lot of people might think kapag nandito ako, nakapatong na siya sa shoulders ko. But no. It's still not on top. I can still move my shoulders. I'm fairly free. No? Even if I move here, I can still move my shoulders. I'm fairly free. And only the collarbone and your chin is holding the instrument in place, no? Of course, if you have a shoulder pad, still, you don't put the shoulder pad directly on top of your shoulders. It's a little bit offset. Kasi kailangan natin ng freedom to move here so that we can control our instruments better. Ayan. Sana nakatulong tong video na to. If it did, please do drop a like, comment down below more content you'd like to see, and of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Follow me on all my socials. Check out my course on Udemy, my music on Spotify. Everything you need. Again, links in the description box below. This has been Ryan Monakil for Violin Tips and Tricks, and I'll see you on the next video.